So before we, the preliminary for the retreat, there are a few things to do. Like when you begin the deity's retreat, first minute that. So before that, the motivation at the very beginning. Before we begin these things. So it'll be good to do the oral transmission, or just go over the very powerful teaching of the impermanence, composed by Pabanga, which had the title "The Heart Spoon." But I think that is not quite the exact translation. It sounds like that, but it's not. Something that is something that goes really inside heart, teaching that really goes very inside heart. So I think that's something that the impermanence teachings that really goes very inside the heart. Those were most effective things. So didn't bring the text as well, so I should remember. Just not.
Can you share all the text? What has the text in English?
Oh, you get it. No. I think. Idealistic about good. In idea. But also, I think you did meditation on impermanence before, I think. So however, I think with the so like this is the motivation that I normally explain. That when we begin the day, and then to generate motivation, like determination, like this, for practice, how one would want to live the life. So I expand this way in the first thing in the morning, the motivation to generate how it's going to dedicate to one's life. You see, live life. I don't think that Guru Shakyamuni Buddha, who said after achieving that, to reveal Dharma, to see uncountable number of sentient beings. Various levels, sentient beings requires various levels of mind. Taught, shown the whole path of enlightenment. See, all these many hundreds of scriptures, who enlightened numberless sentient beings. Who did incredible benefit. Then past rains, they say in the sorrowless state. Then can't, that time can see, but now, can't see any, you see, just you can see only relics, this relics of Buddha. So only relics you can see, only the holy places where Buddha, only the holy places, where Buddha did 12, 12 deeds. Those, see, only the stories left, you see, where Buddha did 12 deeds and those things. This. So therefore, even Buddha happened like this. So therefore, of course, myself, no question that I might die even today. So use that. Take that as teaching to remind oneself impermanence. That. Now for that, then the six ornaments and two sublimes, Sharipu, Mangalju, the two hard disciples, Sharipu, Mangalju, and those just and Arjuna, Asanga, and the Sandakiti, Paspam, and so forth. All this, who great scholar, highlighted and wrote those incredible teachings. They say, clarified the Buddha's teaching, the root and commentaries, and such as the five measures of the texts, and then this is then the Tantra, like that. Incredible benefit. Did benefit Western livings, but now, now you cannot see the image. See that only what is left is story. Only what's left is name. The holy name was the text. The story. So therefore, no question for myself. That I might die today, or that can happen to me. Even today. So for myself, no question that. Then also yogis, they say, Narapatelabab, the Minata, Sara, many great yogis, and then also in the Tibet, you see the Mapamela, the Satya Pandits and all the traditions, see, they said the Pema Samoa, the Rondela Zimba, and they also Lama Tsongkhapa, all those, and those from four traditions, many great, who complete paths, so many great, nothing happened, and gave so much teachings, you see, and benefit so many things, and so now, they, say, so not living as only what you see is the monasteries or caves, and the teachings, just the story on that's left. And so of course, David, like say, of course, then, I myself, of course, that you can, that's of course, that can happen to me, even today. No question. And then the present teachers. So we had. So there's in the past. So many of us we received teachings from His Holiness Ling Rinpoche, His Holiness Tijan Rinpoche, also great lamas, His Lamas teachers, who hold complete the Buddha Dharma, who legible teaching, minor private teaching, the tongue of teaching, who benefited so many numbers in terms of so that. So even God's gurus that from one received teachings already left in this world. That's so say that aspect doesn't exist now, and cannot see that aspect. So already left the holy body. See. And to new form reincarnated. See, so many of the virtuous friends. So you relate. I mean, if there are any virtuous friend passed away, so you relate to that. You see, so then anyone who so those who receive teachings from His own song, which in the past, with that aspect, see, electoral body can't see that aspect, and only the stories left, the teachings. So, and then, particularly, Lama, I see, whose name is extremely to express the candid and all the three-time Buddhas. So Lama is. So in the past, giving to the teaching to so many students, that who bring within 1.5 hour, and then given talk in the city that such given to the city of the course, meditation course, that giving so much giving incredible joy, so much happiness, bringing the spirit up, giving so much peace, giving so much happiness, and the faith in Dharma, in the Tibetan mind of Buddhism, and Buddha Dharma, within 1.5 hour, something like that, so much faith in Buddha Dharma. The very first beginning of the refuge in the people's heart. Then, from there, then, the faith to the Tibetan Lama, and then, Sangha, faith to Buddha, from that, by having teachings in a short time from Lama, then, say, that, say, then, very, say, dynamic and then when say giving teaching according to the different people, fits to different people in the audience, all the different people, young and old, and educated, uneducated, hyper, all sorts of people who have problems. Everybody gets something within that 1 hour. Everybody gets something for them, what they need. No. And and full of compassion, wisdom, joy. Humanists that loves and guide the students as like father, like their father, like our father. Not only giving teaching, not only guiding as a guru, but by giving teaching, but also advising, looking after, solving their problems. So like father. So even that. But then now, see that aspect doesn't exist, so it's gone. You see. So only what you can see is the teachings in books you see there, or Lama taught, the books. Like we can say on that just one of the names left, just name story. Where people talk, you see. So like that. So therefore. No question myself. You see, death might be today to me. Or you can take, or where to meditate can say, that I myself definitely can die today. You can make even decision like that. That's even better. Like that. So then you see one of the parents. There she was a family members. She said them after that. After you see, remembering all those gurus passed away. If you have any gurus passed away, then that use that is to remind you how that one. Then can die even today. You see that. What's the so. And they was a family member. So then they written that family members, friends. So there are many friends. When the family member say, if any father mother passed away, so remember them. Remember them that you see. That you were with her, with the father or mother, or see, for see, so you remember the whole image of the whole thing, those years you have been with him. So now, and they're gone from this world. Doesn't exist, So and then. And if any family member passed away, then friends who died. So now you see, in these days they said, there's AIDS, there's cancer, all these things in them. You see, anytime, you see, so many, because these sicknesses, that's why this degenerate time. So many are dying. Many friends. Suddenly that one got cancer, suddenly that one got cancer, that one. And then after heard much of it, after cancer, then sooner like that, then you say, or the radiation or what's that other one? Chemotherapy or whatever, gone. It's gone. I see. There's nothing to meet now. So, like that, she's so many, It's also always I hear, so much. Because also, asking to pray. So somebody got cancer, somebody got cancer, this, you know. Then there's also AIDS, other sicknesses. Yeah. So you see, so you find suddenly you hear this universe, but suddenly that person, that friend or the family member, they had cancer. So then when I hear cancer, what kind of that means person not dead yet, but it's kind of you know. So that means on that journey, you see, I mean, that of course, in reality, one who is in the hospital has cancer, AIDS. One who is in the hospital is dying. But even you're not in the hospital, even you are at home, you don't have cancer, AIDS. In reality, same, because you see, every second passes. So every second, you know, like the watch, you know, like this, this is the watch. So every second, there's only certain number of seconds from now on. You see, after that, so finishing so fast, running after finishing so fast. There's only certain number of seconds, finish so fast. So in reality, same, you know. I mean, all the common people don't call, you know, say dying, but the reality is same, you know, getting so fast to the death. Getting so fast with that, or you know, always, like, like you see, like criminal person who's going to be executed at the place, you know. And then that person is in the car, taken by police, you see, taken to the place where we're going to be executed. So, taken by car, so the car goes very fast, you see. So like that, you know, so fast, you see, the death, you know, finishing so fast, to be executed. So now, exactly the same here, we're reaching so fast to the death. Then, I mean, that itself is not really why you have to be afraid of. Why you have to be afraid of death? Why? I mean, why are you afraid of death? You see, the main thing is because you know. Like myself, as the ordinary beings, we collected so much need karma. It's so much need karma. In one day, the attitude of our attitude of our daily life activities. You see, virtue and Dharma, which is become Dharma, unstained by ignorance or anger, attachment, self-cherishing. It's very rare, extremely rare. Our attitude in daily life is mostly attachment. Grasping, clinging to this light, pleasure. So that is non-virtue. So even we get up, even when we get up with for the pleasure of this life. You know, we say without attachment, and when we dress up, with that attachment, non-virtuous thought, grasping the pleasure of the slide, and even when we wash, it's again with the attachment, clinging the comfort of this life, and with non-virtuous thought. And when we go to work, when we eat, drink, again it's attachment, grasping, clinging to this life, happiness and comfort. We say, so it's non-virtuous, that non-virtuous thought, and then it's non-virtuous thought, the action. So the action become non-virtuous. So when we go to work, I think the attitude is not to benefit for other sentient beings. Going to work for other sentient beings. Seeking happiness for other sentient beings. Not seeking happiness for ourselves, but seeking happiness for others. Then going to work is not. So that's extremely rare. So that's like myself, the ordinary beings, we're extremely rare. The always to have that thought, before the working, during the job. That's why, So always, or the attachment, seeking happiness for ourselves. So with that non-virtuous motivation, we go to work, and during the work, so we during all the many hours hard work, that's all of that motivation. So many hours of hard work. So everything becomes non-virtue, and then the same. Eat lunch, eat dinner, go to sleep. However, another, we do business or whatever other activity. So done with that motivation. The attachment, seeking happiness for ourselves, the grasping this life, grasping this life happiness, all of that. So all the whatever, eating, walking, sitting, sleeping, whatever activity we do, all becomes non-virtue. So like that. And then even we try to do some virtuous action, Dharma, try to practice Dharma, and then even those become, done with the attachment, clinging to this life, and done for the happiness of this life. Like that, then did not become even the meditation did not become Dharma, did not become Dharma. Even the actual meditating is did not become Dharma. So that become non-virtue, do not become Dharma. So that even actual meditating or just have compare. So for that, so you see, so that's talking just one day. And then there are other, newcomers there. The killing or stealing or the sex misconduct or telling lie or the gossiping or this from the 10 non-virtuous actions. Then there are many we engage in the slandering or the spitting words which hurts others, and then it will covetousness or heresy or these things. So there are many, and that is 10. There are many non-virtuous actions from these 10. So then we see commit. So the that so even though one studied Lamrim, even though one heard Lojong's many unbelievable teachings, nothing special teaching to hear, more than this, Lojong's and the incredible unbelievable, techniques or the meditation technique or teachings, Lam teachings received many times, and those incredible teachings, unbelievable teachings. So Buddha, the Lam, and transforming the mind also bring the mind pacifying the delusions. Then also philosophical, the very clear, the extensive philosophical teachings. But however, in the daily life, daily life very difficult to practice, and so even when so said that. Is he unable to do practice, keep the mind in virtue in the renunciation, guru devotion or renunciation, bodhicitta, right view, this, even just the lamrim without talking about tantra. So if you're unable to keep in the lamrim, then means all a non-virtue. The mind, the attitude of daily life become all a non-virtue. So even we go shopping, then how many shopping we do, everything we buy is all done with the comfort. It's all done with the so the attachment to get making determination to get that object, for one's own happiness. This life happiness. So not just one's own happiness, but this life. So the attachment cling to this life. So anything that we do shopping, then determined to get it, the object or desire. So all the shoppings, every single shoppings become the covetousness, and the buying things. So this is an example. This is an example. So so with the attachment, cling to this life happiness. And so anything shopping with determined to get it. So then that's completely so the non-virtue from 10 non-virtues to non-virtuous covetousness. So just that, so many so from 10 so every single thing that's done with this attitude, that so like that. So because the mind is not living in the renunciation, not living in the renunciation, not in the mindfulness of impermanence, that you see. So then the attachment rises, then become then you feel that's how become covetousness, the income of the mind. So even though intellectually one knows all those, can explain well, study well, but you see, even so doesn't mean able to practice. So in the daily life, so that this is so. If you're not practicing, if you're not keeping your mind, if you're not practicing mindfulness and keeping the mind in the lamrim, then this is what happens. Whatever you do is all need karma, cause of the Lord realm. So this heavy suffering. So like this, that heavy suffering of the Lord realm, where human beings' problems, human beings' suffering is a great pleasure. Human beings' suffering is great pleasure compared to the Lord realm suffering, compared to the hell realm suffering, hot and cold, neighborhood sufferings. That you see, all the human being problems, that's incredible pleasure compared to the hell realm suffering. See, even the very small one. So the human being, how much suffering there is like liberation. In the human being, in the human realm, how much suffering there is. If you compare the hell realm, this is like having achieved liberation. It's like it is incredible, unbelievable pleasure. If you compare, it's nothing. It's a great pleasure. How much the heaviest problem there in the human realm, in the human life. You see, if you compare if you think of the hell realm suffering, Lord realm suffering, undergoes then particular hell. So like that. So how much heavy suffering there is in him is nothing. It's a great pleasure. Like all the energy of the fire in the human realm. You see how hot it is. If you compare one tiny fire spark of the hell rhythm, how hot it is. If you compare to that, all the energy of the human rhythm fire, it's a cool. It's like a air condition. It's like air condition. It's like having air condition, cool. You compare to that. You compare to that. So like this, so the result, suffering is not just some problem in the human life, but that the unimaginable, that you have to, that if you didn't get purified by thinking that, and that can happen anytime, by thinking that if you don't get purified in the karma, then one has to experience, doesn't say, no matter how much you don't like it, you have to experience. No matter how much you are afraid, no matter how much you dislike, no choice, have to experience. Once karma has happened, so like that. So eons, so different, so died and reborn again there, experience so on, like that. Then there's so many other late karmas. Even one late karma, you see, so even one late karma that can result those heavy in the hot hell rhythm, but that you see experience for eon. So like that. So then there's so many other late karma. Even one karma can affect that late karma. See, then there's so many other late karma collected. So that so then so before I'm told just one day need karma. So then if you see so like that, then like that you see weeks, months, years from birth, then on top of that past lives. Then from beginning of the birth, then so much on this metal continuum we haven't finished experiencing. There's so much we haven't purified. There's so much we haven't finished experiencing. So like that. So therefore, so, if there's no reincarnation, if there's no continuity of mind after this, then it's fantastic. You know how much the karma you collect. You know how much the karma collect. You see, you don't have to experience suffering result. But still you may experience consequences in this life. You see, by you harm others, then that person harm you back. You know, by killing that person, then their friends kill you. So there's still even believing one life, there's still consequences. You see, even you don't believe. Even one, even in the case there's no conscience, continue the conscience after this life. You know, even one doesn't have to think about the experience suffering results in next lives. But even one believe, even it's only one life, but still there's consequences. You see, you suffer. You know, you just harm for others. If you harm others, you see. So since one's desire is for happiness, and what one doesn't like, what one do not like is suffering. So then you see, then have to practice little compassion. You have to practice little compassion. You see, you have to still practice loving kindness, even there's no rank, still you have to practice. You have to practice. You know, stop giving harm others, liberate Dharma, stop giving harm others, and so then you don't receive harm back, and you help others, then you receive benefit from others. So slowly practice Dharma. For the because since you like happiness, you don't want suffering, then no question you have to this. So so therefore, death itself is not something to be scared of. It's not something to be scared of. But you see, because there's continued conscience. So then, because this is the situation of our life, a state of our mind every day. So where will we reincarnate? There's no third, that only. So basically, law rhythm. So like that. So therefore, the wise thing to do, very skillful, wise thing to do. So if you look to yourself, you can look to yourself. So if you want to take care of yourself, then and then no question, if you want to benefit others, then of course, then it become even more important to think death, to maintain, to remember impermanence. It becomes even more important because to have the delusion. So then this way you can benefit. If you want, then you don't harm others. You benefit others to all sentient beings. So therefore, so say for yeah, this so say so before actual death comes, when it comes, finished. There's no time to practice. So before it comes, think ahead of time. Death, what's going to happen in the future? Think now. And remember that practice mindfulness, that's going to happen. So then practice. Then you see the useful fear. If you practice Dharma, you see, purify the past need karmas, and then create good karma. The good karma, the cause of happiness, happiness, future life, liberation from samsara, enlightenment. So if you create the cause of this, if you create a good karma, the virtue, cause of this happiness, then particular morality, which is the main cause of the good birth next life. So even doesn't practice morality, even degenerate. But even though one do a lot of charity, but you don't practice morality, see the degenerate morality, then you get born as Naga. The result of charity, because it didn't practice morality or degenerated, so born, instead of getting higher birth, but of the happy transformated being there by human, you get born as a lower realm animal scene, Naga. Because of made a lot of charity, those virtues, then he experienced the wealth. You experience the world in the animal realm. So, like that. So here, this pacifies this. So this one, you can see it pacifies importance of the living the pure morality, like that. So, without the pure morality, then cannot achieve even the ordinary human body. Live without the perfect human body, you can't achieve even ordinary human body. You can't be a human being. There's no way to be human. Just enough to be human being. Can't. So without preliminary pure morality practice to be whole, So like that. So yeah. So therefore, you see here, then you after practicing Dharma, you see purified personality, then you see cause of those sufferings, and which saves you from all those result sufferings, and Lordship, and also the sufferings in the human later. You see all those problems you experience, and then by creating good karma, you see the virtuous cause of happiness, then liberation, the enlightenment of those. However, in the essence, morality and the compassion to others, bodhicitta. So like that, in the essence, the practical, the very practical practice, Dharma practice. So therefore, yeah, even this. So then, therefore, then, you see, then you are able to exercise path. So if you are able to exercise path, the highest things, then you are able to exercise path before you die. Then I am path, wisdom directly, peaceful emptiness, that the other achieve arhat, achieve arhat, where you can overcome death, several death, but you are free, totally free from that, or you achieve. Then even higher, you achieve Arya Bodhisattva's path, the rising path. For even the first one, the rising path, by achieving that, you are able the Bodhisattva rising path, rising path. Then you are able to completely abandon the cycle of rebirth, old age, sickness, and death. So like that, or in Changfa, by achieving the especially the clear light, especially the clear light meaning, then to totally then overcome cycle of death and rebirth. So like that. So of course, thinking by thinking impermanence that earlier, then let's say the fear of that, and then help to actualize path. To not be distracted, to not be distracted, cut the distractions, make, stop making the life meaningless. Then, there's Dharma, actualize those paths where you overcome death. Then you overcome death. So, like that, then that, and of course, no need fear of death because, don't have those cause, those need karma. So that, you don't say, you don't create. So, say, even that doesn't happen, exercising path, overcome death, overcome the cycle of death and rebirth in this life before that happens. But but at least, you see, purify the past karma. Then correct. There's a lot of merit and I say that die with the virtuous thought, with the bodhicitta, however with the pure morality, however so the after the renunciation of the bodhicitta or right view, however. So anyway, so then say one is that you take it. You are taking it by yourself. You are saved. You are saved by yourself from the Lord realms. Then even higher rebirth or pure land or higher rebirth. With Dharma, I can develop my path. Then sooner or later, then you liberate yourself from samsara, from the oceans of samsara suffering called delusion karma. So that So so this part is just extended. Just clarify, just extended. However, so this, how's it? So think, you see, parents, family, relatives, friends, so many. Now, which is gone. Only what's left is name, their name. You see, can't see on the name. So, the clothings, material objects are left. See, house, property. However, on a name, there's nothing there on a name. So now, this can happen to me in it, even today. You see, even today can happen to me. You see, bodhicitta put on coffin and the ground or burned. Nothing left but name. So this, how I see to others, this exactly can happen to me. Even today. You see, any day can happen. Even today, it can happen to me. So one always hear. Oh, this person died. Oh, that person died. This is students or other people that you know. So at the moment, it's one hear this, but one day, somebody hear your name died. It's after your name, dead, joined. So sooner or later, somebody here. So this can happen in any day to me, even today. So, totally empty. I say, gone. Only what's left is name. So that can happen that in any day, even today, to me. So what's happened, how you see others, exactly put that example on oneself and see how it is, how you feel it. I'll say how you feel it. Put oneself, then try to see that. That's very important. So then then same age, your same age. So many people on the earth born the same day as you're born. So many already died. People born same day as you're born. So many already died. So many. I say. So of course, for a course of any, even today can happen. Good. Then next is then many times happened car accident. Many times happened about car accident. Many times happened about to fall down. Or even suicidal. Many times. You see, thought came about to in danger. So many times happened. But not quite. The death didn't happen quite yet. You see, action did not complete. For like this, many conditions about died. Very close, died. So many times happened in our life, you see, also life, so many times happened. But somehow, miraculously, death didn't happen. Actually didn't happen yet. So if it did happen, that car accident or whatever, falling down, somebody killing you, or you commit suicide. If it actually happened, if it did happen, so by now where I would be. So I say, so I would be, those hell realms, explain Lamdam teachings, those most unbearable, frightening even to hear, frightening even to read, the teaching on the hell, teachings, explanation on the hell realm, even frightening to read, frightening to hear, frightening to see the painting, frightening to see the painting, see of the hell. There's a lot to see, So I would dare, I said, right now, if I dare now, what can I do? What can I do? Until the karma finishes, there's nothing. There's nothing how much you scream. Until the karma finishes, you have to experience. There are numberless Buddhas, bodhisattvas. There are numberless Buddhas and bodhisattvas existing, whose concerns only, sentient beings' happiness. But if from sentient beings' side, from one's own side, if you do not practice Dharma, from one's own side, if one did not practice Dharma, you see, remove the delusions, karma. You see, you want to practice Dharma, eliminate causal suffering. You want into that. Just keep on creating good karma. Just continuously following delusion, causal suffering. Even though they think that Bodhisattvas, they think of you all the time. There's not break. There's no 1 second break that they don't have, that their compassion give up you. There's not even 1 second break. Their compassion, their compassion stop on you. You see, but from one's own side, you see, you wanted to practice Dharma, then purify the karma, practice Dharma to remove the delusions. Then that always follows. So until the karma finishes, nothing you can do. Have to experience suffering. So therefore now, so by now I would be, but now, even to be, by now you see, even to be human being, even to be just ordinary human being, by now, even I'm born as a thing. I'm born as an ordinary human being. You see, not who hasn't met Dharma, who doesn't know Dharma, who hasn't met Dharma. So now think how it is. How it is that life? A human birth has human body, but no understand Dharma, never met Dharma. You see, hasn't. No understanding of karma at all. So never collect virtue in the life. No virtue in the life at all. No compassion at all to others. Totally, the attitude is totally self-chasing thought. Only self-chasing thought. Continuously, day and night. And attachment all the time. Then there's also anger, ignorance, those other negative attitude. You see, the attitude, the motivation of life, the attitude is only this. No compassion, you see, no wisdom, no wisdom understand Dharma, no compassion. You see? So, day and night, every single action becomes karma. Every single whatever the person does, nothing positive, only karma. So, you see, but see, we don't think of lower realms. We don't think of the lower realm beings. Just think of human being. Or, human being who has no Dharma, who doesn't Dharma at all. No compassion, no chance of collecting virtue in the life. Can you bear it? Can you bear it to be like that? Can you bear it to be like that? Even one day to become like that human being. You can't bear that. Can't stand that. To be human being, to be it's a human being. Like that human being, you see? Even to be one day, it's so dangerous, so risky, so heavy, You can't. You see, every single thing causes a lot of very heavy suffering, see? So the whole life, so heavy, whole life. So just that is very scary, so scary, to be a human being like that. So then if you think about the lower realm, unadmissible, you see. Just think of a human being like that, can't bear to be like that even for one day, even 1 hour, can't bear life like that. You see, even that person has so much wealth, it's nothing, everything like karma. How much comfort that person has. Even the person is not like Africa or somewhere, you see, say, poverty or sick or this. But without, say, this, I'm not talking about being sick and poverty. I'm not eating those problems. Just the motivation, the attitude like that. There's nothing else, no positive attitude. You see? Only negative attitude. So that kind of human being can't stand even to be like that even one day now. So then if you think all the poverty, this and that, all the sickness, all the problem added, of course, then, because you see, that. So, so therefore, see, so by now, he wants like that, human being, So if he even not born in the lower realm, but born human realm, but like that human being, so unbearable, so unbearable. You see. So then, by now, see, I say, oh, so the. By now I could be born those shell animals, Both those this small shell, this true shell like this. What's it called? This true shell animal. Clams. Okay. So they say clams. So these two, the small shells, this, So those, I heard in Malaysia, there's one couple, there's one gentleman, business person, So I stayed at his house 1 or 2 times. So he was talking during the lunch. he was talking to me how he enjoys so much this shell, the eat alive. You eat alive, You put some oil. I don't know what oil is that. Put some oil, but alive. You put some oil, then you put it with chopsticks. So he was talking how delicious it was. How so delicious. He was talking. So it's still moving there, you see. And he was talking how delicious it was. Same way. So by now one could be like that. Somebody's mouth being alive, and you see, you can't really tell. You see, worm. See, by now he born as worm in the road. Some man, attacked. If one ant bites you, how painful it is. How so painful. Human body is so big, ants so tiny, but bite at your feet, so painful. So painful. This worm, so fragile, so no bones inside, and you see, so fragile. Now this worm, completely attacked by ants, hundreds of ants, eating. You see, can't imagine that. Even one ant bite us, we can't bear that pain. So by now I could be like that. You see. If that happened, you see, then by now I could be like that. What can I do? Nothing, except just to suffer. And also, you see, already, worm in the mouth of the bird, big in the mouth of the bird, you see, half chopped already, like this, hanging. So you see, by now could be that, or fish, hooked. Hooked on the hook, fish hooked on the hook, can't get out. So much pain, can't get out. Or so say, and then after that, cut the body and slice the body, or by now one cell is born as a worm, then hook. Go through and then went up, went like this, and one another, put the through body like so, but not dead. We say to the karma, moving, could be like that, to be eaten, but to be eaten, used to catch other, something being, so I could be back like that, but now what can I do? Nothing. Nothing can do. So therefore, now, what should I do now? So you see, Sofa didn't die, and so they didn't born like that. So therefore, what I should do now is abandon the karma. So what I should do is abandon the karma and practice on the virtue. So that's a solution, you see. So this is what I should do. So conclusion. By taking those impermanence and those sufferings, see. Then, last night in this world, so many people died. Last night they went to bed, they went to bed, but not alive. You see, no chance to be alive today, this morning, to get out sleeping. So many died. So if I died last night, well, I think maybe I died during the initiation. Yeah. Maybe before started initiation, maybe not so lucky. Anyway, so anyway, yeah. So general things here. So if I died last night, you see, then same by now. See, and by now in the law rhythm, definitely. Why? Definitely. Why? Because so far, I did some retreat, did some practice Dharma, did some retreat, chant some mantra, but really didn't do really pure Dharma practice. Didn't do really intensive purification, continual. Didn't get that. So they did some retreat here and there, but not really, you see, intensive pure Dharma, intensive continual purification practice. So for negative karmas, collected from negative karmas collected not on this line from beginningless samsara rebirth. So the practice I did is, if I retreat or something, it's just a few days or a month or something. There's nothing. Whatever I did, whatever I practiced, how many years I did is nothing. It's nothing compared to the number from beginning of samsara rebirth up to now, negative karma, how much I have collected, all those defilements. So that's important to think. Otherwise we feel pride or something. You say, oh, I've done so much, So you see, not really analyzed well. You see, then sometimes not sure even they become Dharma, as I mentioned before. But when I believe Dharma, they become Dharma. See. So for the life, as mentioned by Nagatrina, I don't remember the last part. So talking about how fragile it is to perish, you see. So the life is full of danger of death, see. From so much delusions, emotional thoughts. Then outside, you see, some obstacle, so many conditions for death. So all those, then you see, there's elements, fire, water, air, the elements. Then you see, the environment. Then you see, then so many these spirits, you see. 80,000, the interferers or the 300 spirit possession, different types of spirit possession. Then 400 for it's different types of sicknesses and so many things. So the life is so easy to happen that. To pressure because light the candle. It's like the candle flame in the midst of the wind. In the midst of the wind, so flickering. It can be stopped any time. So life is exactly like that. Can't say, can't really predict. Can't say. How long can last? It can be stopped anytime. So life is exactly like that. So that's a very good example for impermanence that exactly like this can be stopped anytime. So I like the water bubble pop by the wind. like that. So it can be popped anytime. So it definitely true with them Idana. More fragile, even the water bubble, I think. I guess maybe the expression the water bubble doesn't have all the spirit harms, all those, 400 for disease, water bubble doesn't have, So I think, so, but one has, anyway, so it's the same, like the same. So with all this, it's amazing. With all this, it is amazing. The second, the last one. Second, there's an opportunity to wake up. Second, how, it's incredible. It's incredible, wonderful that having opportunity to wake up this morning and to be alive. I say not dead last night, or from sniffing birds, you can say that also. So that, so I wasn't one of those who died last night, you see. So this is unbelievable. How fortunate I am. Then you see, then think that you see, having this perfect human body in each second having this perfect human body. For me, each second having this perfect human body, how precious is this? It's like whole sky filled with witch-crowned and jewels. Whole sky filled with witch-crowned and jewels. Each second that this perfect human body, how precious it is, each second having the perfect human body is like that. Having, you see, I say much more, you see, than whole sky filled with witch-crowned jewel. That one own. That so precious. So a reason I already explained the other day, so I don't have to repeat. See how this perfect human birth every second is more precious than that many whole sky filled not only filled with gold diamond but witch-crowned jewel. You see, so that certain half unbelievable fortunate. This miracle is like dream. You see, miracle. You see, I think that. So I used to use this example when the people playing soccer. The people playing soccer or the soccer with the feet or the feet. I said. Anyway, people playing soccer, whatever they play, whatever they're playing, say soccer or especially after the win, after they're able to throw the ball, the football, see, into the cage, in the nest or the net into the cage, but net into the net. You see. Then the person is. Sometimes I could not differentiate what is the person is angry or happy, because the face become very intensive. The whole face become very intensive, very intensive, and drawing like this, drawing like this. The face, not smiling, but very intensive. So sometimes I couldn't tell what is angry or what is really happy or angry. So this is something, you can do like this all day and all night. In your whole life like this you can do. But have the joy having this perfect human body. You see, even in each second you have, as time passes. So you see, you can do all the time this one. In your room and outside, in the market, in the restaurant, in the office, anyway. So anyway, reality is like that. But here we don't do that. But that one, you see, first of all, is with the attachment, Even you win, it's with the attachment, with the motivation. So, self-chasing thought and the attachment, you see. At least there's some bodhisattva playing soccer. You see. At least there's some bodhisattva in the Olympics. Or Buddha in the Olympic. So people who have depression, due to some small reasons, due to some small insignificant reasons in the life, let's say either look of the body or some relationship problems, friend. It's some change. It's just question. It's just another change. It's just some change. Some change happened. Some change happened in the situation. Some change happened to other persons. The other person's mind. Some change. Happened. Say some change to your body or some change. They say that other person that. So what the one called friend. But whether that is good or bad, there's no bad and good from its own side exist. The bad good is bad good follows after your mind label. There's no bad good existing from its own side. Bad good doesn't come from its own side, even though it appears, but it's not true. That's totally empty, non-existent. The bad good comes from your mind. You see, it's a bad good. It's what appears to you. It's you see, after you create such concept, your mind made the label bad, and then you believe in that, and it appeared bad. So as I often say, like mantra, So, and then if your mind is labeled good, then you see by label good and believe in that, then there's appearance good. You see, whatever happens, that person's mind change whatever way, and whatever behavior that person does towards you, but if you look at it. But by thinking the benefits, of the problem, by thinking the benefits that you achieve, that the other person having anger towards you, thinking the benefits of that, the other person having anger towards you, then you are able to practice patience. You are able to achieve complete parameter of patience. You are able to achieve enlightenment. So if you think of the benefits of person having anger towards you, then it become, you see, it's only positive. There's nothing there negative. Sort of that. Otherwise, I say, yeah, but for similar, in other change of situation, whatever happens, say, so like that. Otherwise, like this, that person's side, try the best, trying to do what he or she thinks best to you, but your mind, your mind unable to label is good, but the other person trying to label good, he trying to do best, what he or she type best, but then your mind, doesn't label good, and you label bad. Other person label good, but you label bad. So you see, so it become, and then what other person do best, you see, is not a harm. The other person not having anger, not total harm to you. You see, so, the best what he or she could do is, see, but is your mind, see, so even this, then if you're say, because due to following the self-cherishing thought, not following bodhicitta, good heart, benefiting the other person, not that, but following self-cherishing thought, following the attachment, clinging to this life, then because you don't follow wisdom, you don't follow compassion to the person, so you follow the opposite. You see, either anger or the attachment, self-cherishing thought. So you might make the label bad, this is not good, bad, and then it appears to you harm. Even though from other person's view is not harm, but to you it appears harm. So because following the self-cherishing thought and the attachment or anger, like that. So here, here you see, our mind concept is our mind makes like that situation to bother, to bother you. So believe, put negative label, believe appeared, then that bothers you. So the disturbs you. So that disturbance, now here you can see disturbance didn't come from that person. Disturbance came from also mind. See like that. So then like this, the whole life in the everyday life, then you see so many things because so strong self-cherishing thought like that, and by following them, then so many things you label, your mind label negatively. So many some very small things didn't happen exactly what self-cherish to the aspect or what attachment expect, attachment clinging to this life, didn't happen exactly what the attachment expect. Then mind label is a big problem, and then let's say something big disaster or big problem, then appear a big problem. Then one believes that I have a big problem. So, however, then you never find, then you can never find peace in your mind. You never find peace in your life because of that. Because you always put a negative label. So you never find peace and happiness in life. Only a full life, so full of distraction, disturbances. So this is become side talk. I don't know how this happened. The lost from where it came. So anyway, now to finish. To finish now. Yeah. Oh yes, right. It came from the soccer. It came from the soccer. So here what I'm saying. So here what I'm saying is, you see. So everyday life. You see, if we remember, having this perfect human rebirth, even in each second, how it's so precious, much more than the sky filled with rich crown jewel or billions of dollars or gold diamond. Because what it can do, you can, even within a second, as it mentioned, Lam Rim, you can achieve any happiness of future life, even the liberation from samsara, enlightenment, even within a second, with this perfect human body, even within a second. So you see, you can clear the cause, because you can clear the cause of all those happiness whichever you want to wish. You see, but without the perfect human body, for this perfect human body, even your own skies of which kind jewel, you cannot. You see, you don't have opportunity to. You see, with that alone, you don't have opportunity to achieve, happiness, future life, liberation, samsara, enlightenment. You don't have opportunity. Just, you see, with that alone, just having the skies filled with which kind jewel, or you see, or gold, diamond, whatever. So therefore, in every second, having this perfect human rebirth is so precious. See? So therefore, so what I was saying before is, so every day, if we can remember this, day and night, so then all this, then we see there's so much joy, so much happiness, so much joy. You see, then you see whatever happens, relationship problems or this and that, all these things around, how people behave to you or think of you, all this is nothing. All this is insignificant, or it's nothing. You see, so the joy, this incredible joy, happiness, overcome that. All those things, nothing. You see, there's nothing. Those things, nothing, and nothing, and also nothing, and on top of this, so as I mentioned before, see, impermanence. That one thing is, why these things so bother so much? Is because we don't. It's because one thing is we don't appreciate, or they say you enjoy having this perfect human body, in even every second to see, enjoy all this incredible opportunity, this practice, benefit others, So clear cause for enlightenment, especially, you see, and to enlighten all sentient beings. So, which gives opportunity to enlighten all sentient beings. So, not doing this. So then this, what you think is only the, happiness this life. Only the happiness this life. What you think? Then all this. Then you see, anything. So then anything happens around. Anything happens around that you see, because your attitude is on clinging, seeking only the happiness of this life. You see. So therefore, anything happens around that you see, and that attachment doesn't like, that your attachment does not like. So then, you see, then it becomes so painful. It becomes a big problem. You see, inside like that. Say anything that anyone does. You see what the attachment doesn't like. It doesn't expect or doesn't like, or what association doesn't expect, doesn't like. So then so lack of physique, not enjoying, the having this perfect birth. I see every day, every hour, minute, second. This incredible opportunity that one has to see what I mentioned before. Then on the top, the other one is the nature of life. The nature of the life, impermanence, death. The nature of the life, impermanence, death. You see, which is the nature of your life. It's the nature of your life, which is going to happen any day. So I haven't thought about that. So that subject hasn't thought about that in the daily life. So that's left out. That's very important. Meditation, psychology, cuts the negative emotional thoughts that give you so much suffering, confusion, suicidal. That you waste your life. Can't do even jobs properly. Can't do even mundane things, jobs properly. See. So it cuts. You see, by thinking the nature of the life. That's just the nature of the life. Your life which is permanent. You are making it impermanent. All of that. Nature of life which is impermanent. Which is, So being mindful, so remembering that. So say meditation or psychology. This meditation, this powerful meditation, or this powerful psychology, that cuts immediately, cleans the mind, and cuts immediately all these disturbing negative emotional thoughts. Brings so much suffering, unhappiness, so depression. So. Not so if this remembered every day, remembered when there's a problem, when you encounter a problem which come from one's mind, that one's mind created by emotional thoughts. So especially remember this at that time. Then the problem is gone. The immediate cut, you see, spiritual. If you're free right in that minute, second, you're free from problems. You're free from the problems, and you're free from the negative emotional thoughts. You're liberated. You're liberated in that sense. You see, right there. And you see, not angry to others, not also kind of painful mind, clinging. There's a peace in your heart, and there's chance to develop loving. There's space for loving kindness, compassion to that person. unconditional loving kindness, sincere loving kindness, compassion, the space in your mind to rise that towards that person. You see, it doesn't mean to kind of renounce or the person. I say, give up. Doesn't matter what it suffers or whatever, not saying that. So, by cutting the, say, cleaning the mind, cutting these negative emotional thoughts, then there's peace and happiness, space in your mind to communicate, sincere loving kinds of compassion can rise to that person, so like that. So, anyway, so now, so after this, then think that, yeah, then I have met, the Buddha Dharma. So it's like, to achieve happiness. I met Buddha Dharma to achieve happiness with life. You see, it's like they're so precious. Like I have much more than I have received. Mountains of gold. It's like that. See, or diamond, or whatever. You see. Then not only that, I met the Mahayana Paramatana teaching. So I met that. Then how precious is much more than you see. I have then size of this earth, mountain, the gold, diamond. You see, I have received much more precious that I have met Mahayana Paramatana teaching. Then after that, say that I have met the Mahayana Tantra teaching. It's like that I received a sky filled with gold. That say. So mainly, whatever you think is so precious, that one to think. If it's not gold, whatever you see, for precious for oneself, you see, or some antiques, some broken cups or some bones, 1,000 years old bones or something. And I'm joking. So anyway, whatever you think precious. So anyway, so then, having met the high Tantra, Mahayana Tantra teachings that I met this time is more precious than they're more precious than the whole sky that I received. The diamond filled the whole sky. More precious than that. Then that I met Lama Tsongkhapa teaching the unified Sutta Tantra, like refined gold, unified Sutta Tantra, having like this, and then more precious than that I received. Whole sky filled with wish crown and jewels. Because of that it has practice, very special practice, integration of the three deities, higher Tantra, Yamata, Achala, Sambhala, Guya Samaja. So that, as I saw the song Rinpoche often says, and Geshe Sangye Rinpoche that was emphasizes about that. So that one, some song which said that, for example, the Jawa and Sava achieved enlightenment so easily without much hardship, like Mandala did, Jawa and Sava, Lama Songabas, the Sabas, achieved enlightenment in a brief lifetime of the but very comfortably in which offices by eating delicious food and very, with the, without, without hardships anywhere, like Mandala, with the comfortable life, achieving enlightenment in a brief lifetime of different time. So many is praising the Lama Tsongkhapa's teachings to the integration of these three, unified Tantra and integration of these three. So anyway, so then, how should I practice Dharma? See this. So then, I met all these things, so how to practice? So then, the answer to that is the practice, going to practice less difficult and paramedhyana and mind paramedhyana, mind tantra. Not to going to practice like that on the basis of guru devotion. So answer, I'm having going to practice. So to clarify this is that say less difficult, then when we say less difficult, that means the Patimoksha vows, lay has a lay vows, so it means practicing the less difficult. One meaning is that practicing the vows. So what is it? If for the lay vow, then ordained person has the Kitsuru Gyalong and all those. So that is a remark. So to practice that remind that, and then on top of that is a paramedhyana, then bodhicitta vow, then tantra, then this is tantra vows. So one way to understand the meaning is this. The other way to understand I'm going to make a determination to practice, on these three levels of teachings on the basis of guru devotion is a renunciation, bodhicitta, of course the right view. Then the tantric said practice in practicing pure appearance and pure thought and pure appearance. So those things. So I'm going to practice the reciprocal part, mind, paramita, tantra. So when you want the basic guru devotion, so that contains these meanings. Then one decide. I'm going to die today. To really cut this negative emotion towards attachment and whatever, to cut right away. So I'm going to practice. So so I'm going to die today. So one like a complete determination. So then when you tell yourself I'm going to die today, when you make decision, then comes what should I do? You see, there comes a question is going to check. Like for example, a doctor tells you you're going to die today. You see? Then if you say, of course, based on somebody who hasn't met Dharma, then just live with the fear, and that's it. So that's why you live with the fear, the panic. What the Bhagavan is panic. See, panic. So the person becomes panic. So that doesn't happen. So it hasn't met Dharma. So it doesn't know what there's no solution. What to do. So therefore, just panic. So therefore the doctors So therefore, the people in the family, doctors, so the only method is to not tell, to hide, to hide, because otherwise there's no method to, that person to have a happy life, see, to not panic. So then you hide, you don't tell that person has cancer. It has cancer, but you don't tell. So similar, see. So as a Dharma practitioner, it's better to know. But Dharma, person who learn Dharma, person who start understanding Dharma, then better to know going to die today. And better is much more helpful. So helpful to know that going to die today, and one has cancer, those things. So it becomes so powerful, so useful to cut delusion and to overcome delusion, and to put special effort in the practice. Put much more effort into practice. So it's so helpful to achieve enlightenment, to achieve liberation, to achieve enlightenment quickly. See, so that. Sorry. Yeah, so I'm going to take some determination. Say, then talk to me, what should I do? Then say, practice bodhicitta, so that answer. So if then one went to say, hey, shortcomings of cherishing thought and benefit of cherishing others. Then to Tonglen, the liberate ones for others, and the shortcomings of cherishing self, benefit of cherishing others. There are shortcomings of opening, say, go for whenever one cherishes oneself, opening the door for all the sufferings, all the unhappiness. And then whenever one cherishes others, opening the door for all the happiness, including enlightenment. And not all that, then you enlighten, you cause all the happiness to numberless sentient beings. So opening happiness, not only for you, but opening happiness to everyone, to numberless sentient beings. Then the Tonglen practice, actual practice of exchanging notes for others. So while one is doing that, then if one can chant the mantras, the commitment, the cherished mantra, especially cherished mantra, because the purpose of reciting cherished mantra is to develop compassion, loving kindness, bodhicitta. So therefore, even though it has scarce benefit, but this is the main reason we practice cherishing and recite Om Mani Padme Hum, another mantra of cherishing. So the mantra, so that we recite then also commitment. If you have commitment by taking initiation, then also it get done. Along with while one is doing the motivation. Then after that, say, think, say, I must say, I have full responsibility that, say, or you can think like that, so this is just mere visualization. If the sentient being is actually not liberated from suffering cause, so yeah, and I have full responsibility because I have all the opportunities to do that, to free them from all the suffering and to bring them to enlightenment. So I must free them from all the suffering cause, bring them to enlightenment by myself alone, and there's no other way to this except myself first achieve enlightenment. So therefore, I'm going to do all my actions for that reason. Then I'm going to do all my activities from now on. And those virtues after means those traditional practices. They maintain lumbering or the practice of offerings, the preliminary practices. So virtuous action and those. So then the other one, eating, walking, sitting, sleeping, doing job, whatever. And then therefore I'm going to do all the activities. So means to achieve enlightenment person doing. So changing your motivation for all the whatever you're going to do is changing the motivation. You see, into bodhicitta. So you see, to do everything, to do whatever action is going to do with bodhicitta. So this is what it means. So that helps the activities to become cause of enlightenment. Whatever one does is genetic motivation. The general motivation for the bodhicitta is sick. I'm going to do this to achieve all the activities to achieve enlightenment person. So they all the actually whatever one is going to do become cause for enlightenment. So it helps for that. So it helps the truth of the motivation. The motivation of time during the act. Then there's a cause motivation before the act. So here it becomes cause motivation, the action to direct towards enlightenment become cause to achieve enlightenment, which means it become cause for happiness for all the sentient beings. For that. Then also can dedicate like this. All my from now on, all my actions, whatever life I experience, whatever happens to me, so it means that. So which includes that whether happy, unhappy, or gain or loss, poor or rich, receiving criticism or praise, even dying or living, even born healthy. So so it includes all this. So from now on, whatever action I do, whatever life I experience, may it become only a cause. Sentient beings to achieve enlightenment as quick as possible by myself being enlightened. So can do this dedication. That or there's a after having my determination that I'm going to die, then give an answer to your practice bodhicitta that that time you can think also this like the Lojong thought transformation text mentions, never let myself. I will never allow myself under the control of self-cherishing thought. From now on, until enlightenment is achieved, in this particular until I die, especially today, and I will never separate away from bodhicitta. From now on, enlightenment state, particular until I die, especially today. So can make that the can be top from the 5 powers, integrating the whole lifetime practice into 5 power. The can be top, the power. There. The how how one is going to dedicate the life. The motivation is how one is going to live the life. So some of the so here I elaborated using here and there, but we see so the to practice everyday life, then the essence of the way, so the procedure of the gradual to see the motivation. So the essence, the sort of the essence, so can follow to that. You see, say doesn't need all the elaborations to think the main points. So here, what's it? So here, Sam, with generative mode, I said here, motivation like this for retreat. The Lama Tsongkhapa say, Guru Yawara teach. To this, objective, the happiness, say, numberless helpings. Why I'm going to retreat this? The numberless sentient beings to achieve happiness up to enlightenment. And numberless hunger goals to achieve happiness up to enlightenment. Numberless animals to achieve happiness up to enlightenment. Oneself to cause. And then numberless human beings, oneself to cause happiness up to enlightenment. Then, so as well as intimacy, oneself to cause them happiness up to enlightenment. So this is the only objective, nothing else. This is the only objective. I'm going to the Lama Tsongkhapa retreats like that. It's a motivation. And not only at the beginning of each session, so we do Refuge, bodhicitta, maybe Lamrim prayers like that for motivation. But also, normally when you do retreat, so also when you before you begin reciting the mantra, again try to if you have bodhicitta realization, no need to say, no question. But without, then again, also before you begin the reciting mantra for a long time, then, or I say a long time or short time, whatever, then again make sure the motivation is pure. So think like this what I said. So then every mantra or mani padme hum or mime tsewe or whatever you recite, every single mantra is for every single hell beings to cause all the happiness after enlightenment. Every single mantra is to cause happiness to cause happiness after enlightenment to all the predators. And every single mantra is to cause all the numberless animals to cause happiness after enlightenment. Then to cause happiness after enlightenment to all the human beings. Same Surah after human saving. So you see, remember this again. Make sure, like the horse, you're riding a horse, you want to go in the desirable place where you wish to be. So then, so you have to watch the horse, where the horse is going. You know, if the horse goes wrong direction, then you as a weeper, so weep. You weep with whatever, with what? Huh? Riding crop. Yeah. So you weep with the riding prop. Huh? Prop. So you weep with the riding prop. This one is very difficult. So you put the horse in the right direction, on the right path. You see. So if you're going this way, you hit this way. So like that. We have to guide our mind as a motivation, bodhicitta, through the beginning to sadhana, before we begin retirement. So time to time, check how the motivation is. Then you put it in the right direction. You see to bodhicitta. So that's very so important. So important because it is said, if you recite with bodhicitta, if you recite one time 21 Tara praises, it becomes 100,000 21 Tara praises. If you recite one time 21 Tara praises with bodhicitta, you get this. It's like having recited 100,000 times. So with bodhicitta, if you offer one light, you get the benefit having offered 100,000 light offerings. So same, if you recite only one time Om Mani Padme Hum or Mingme Tsewe, but you get benefit having recited 100,000 times Mingme Tsewe. So you see how much defilement later karma get purified, and how much merit you collect, how much it become quick path to achieve enlightenment. It depends on the quality. It depends on how much quality of your practice. You know, especially bodhicitta. So like that. So now we're going to quickly. That's it. So going to we're going to the preliminary prayers and the Do you need a break? A people break? Huh? Yes? Okay. Yes. So if it is if the retreat is a higher tantra, there may be still some similarity when you begin the lower tantra, retreat, deities retreat. There may be some similarities also. However, the outline, the first this practice, the second this, third this, fourth this, fifth this. So whatever that I'm going to mention, say if you write down the points, then that helps you in the future when you do retreat. So when you begin the retreat, then you know how to do, because basically the same. There's some maybe change the mantras of the deity, and with different deities, that mantra or some small things might maybe change, but otherwise basically the same. So you know how to begin the retreat. So Mandala. I mean, of course, if there's a text that translated, then of course no question. Then from that. But otherwise, this way gives you an idea in the future. Where you do there's some complete retreat. Then how to begin. There's always instruction on how to begin. So that's only the first day. That is those instructions. See, you don't need to do that every day. It's only when you begin. So first, Refuge bodhicitta. The thought. So we're just going to say the short. Just a Refuge bodhicitta, Sangye translation. So, but we meditate well in the meaning, Sangye translation. Then, just to that, maybe lead to for miserable this time. So it doesn't take much time. So the mind way of taking refuge. So the mind qualified with three causes. Not only fear, the fear, useful fear, beneficial fear, to one's own the samsara, which is natural suffering. That then second, compassion to all sentient beings who are also similar suffering as samsara. Helping with animals, human beings, to others. Experiencing the six types of suffering, the general suffering, the particular ethereal suffering, then 6 types of suffering, 4 types of suffering, 3 types of suffering of samsara. So then feeling unbearable, that then now feeling unbearable, wishing them to be free from all the suffering causes, that oneself is going to do it. That I myself is going to do. Now, then faith to Buddha Dharma Sangha, that have all the power, qualities to liberate oneself, also in the means from the oceans of samsara suffering cause. So with this one's own mind, the attitude to qualify, having endowed with these 3 qualities, possessed with these 3 qualities, and then with the whole heart from Buddha Dharma Sangha, so this mental factor is the refuge. So the visualization, Shakyamuni Buddha, Guru Shakyamuni Buddha, that is all the Buddha Dharma Sangha, or that all the meditative field into one aspect, one embodied into one, or you do the elaborate refuge meditative field for that, or the numberless, on the number the Buddha Dharma Sangha, that in all the 10 directions. They may think the essence guru like that, continue. So other way. So with all heart upon the Buddha, who has seized all the mistakes of mind, Vajrasattva seized all the mistakes of mind, and having all the perfected in all the qualities. So remember meaning of Buddha in the heart. In the Dharma the path, then the Sangha who are attainer of the path, they are true path and true cessation of suffering. Within that, it's not only true path, true cessation of suffering. When we say that, should not think only the physical path. Should think also the minor path, the paramita, and then tantric path, those cessation of the suffering, say the defilements and the true path. So when we take refuge, cessation, suffering, true path, shouldn't think only hina and a path. Doesn't have to think only hina and a path. Should think the minor paramita path and tantric path. But with all heart love on that, and the Sangha at that. And of course, there's also conventional in the Buddha Dharma Sangha also that. But with all heart, also, I think which also no of the balls and them so that oneself as a leader, then also never to have it. These are the 3 time merits collected by me, by others. The collections of merits, the association is advised to say Sunamdi is that merit is a fortune or merit. So it's a Sonamdi. Means the collections of merit of virtue, merit of wisdom. So this way it includes both. So saying that Sunamji, then which normally is that for in Tibetan is Sunamji Tsong, is Tsong. So it's not saying that you are only dedicating one type of merit, you see. So did you 3 time merits collected by me, 3 time merits collected by others. So the 2 collections of merits and pincher, in order to benefit of all the transmigrated beings. So to those who are reincarnating in one of the six realms or another, and experience the sufferings over and over again, time without beginning, and difficult to see the end, So, and totally without any slightest freedom, totally overwhelmed by delusion karma. That there's totally overwhelmed, totally under the control of karma and delusion. Like a person that, say, iron cage, like that, or say, that like the person that is drowned in the ocean, totally overwhelmed by delusion karma, and so then continuously reincarnating and suffering. So freedom from all this, freedom, in order to free them from all the suffering and the causes, oceans of suffering, or samsara, and the cause delusion karma. And then for that reason, I'm going to achieve enlightenment. Sangye do a short may achieve full enlightenment for that purpose. So that thinking that in the heart, the essential meaning. So within this taking refuge in generating bodhicitta, it until the enlightenment is achieved, that contains the cause. practicing the result refuge, that yourself, you actualize path, Arya path, the exalted path, then yourself become Sangha. By developing that, yourself become Buddha. So that contains the practicing the result refuge. Then I go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. That contains the cause refuge. So in order to achieve the result refuge, then that depends on taking refuge upon Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. You see that which is possessed by others' mind. This the qualities of the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha possessed by others, and not one's mind. So what is explained in the Abhisama Alankarika in section of refuge, talking about cause or result refuge. So here it gets practiced. So we have to remember that. And then within this there's a renunciation. From Lamrim, 3 pins apart, the renunciation there. Then besides the refuge, there's the renunciation of samsara, and then there's bodhicitta. Then end of this, after you finish this, then if you meditate, if you meditate, yourself the meditator, action meditating, object meditation, all three do not exist from their own side. All three are totally empty. The meditator is empty, totally empty from his own side. Action meditating is totally empty from side. Object meditation is totally empty from its own side. Because what they are is what's merely labeled by the mind. So if you meditate in this meaning, then the right view is also practiced within this prayer. So all three principal path, all the three principal path is practiced here. It comes here. Or yourself who's seeking enlightenment, and the action seeking or attaining is and the enlightenment, all three are empty. Maintain like that. And also, when you think of suffering of sentient being, meaning of transmigrated being, then that is because the root problem is not having realized the emptiness. Not having discovered, not having realized the ultimate nature of the I and the aggregates, and then being ignorant, not knowing that the I is empty, aggregates is empty, not knowing their very nature, the emptiness. So due to this ignorance, then they say oneself suffer in samsara, then the sentient beings suffer in samsara, circle in samsara. So they, while the phenomena are empty, but believing they exist from their own side, holding on to this as they appear existing from their own side to the hallucinated mind. So when you think that all the phenomena, their nature is emptiness, For then again here, meditation emptiness comes also there. When you think how sentient beings are suffering, that you see,